Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Ari Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
Be'ezus Hashem, we're back here on Daf Reish Daled, the bottom Ois Hey, the fifth Ani Mamin. Ani Mamin be'emunah shalem she'aboyer yisborach lo levado roi litpalel ve'ein roi litpalel lezulasoi. It is only fitting to pray to the Rebbeinu Shloim and not to anything else. Kevan shekol malach v'kol koichus mitziuso hi masha aboyer mimitziu v'kol rega. Eze erech yesh la'oto malach hanoten lecha parnasa or refuah in tzarichu et boiro le'etzem mahus kol rega. There is so much in this one line. There's a tremendous amount here in this one line. I want to give a little bit of background to what he's saying over here. Literally, the words mean there's no reason to pray to a malach because the malach, even this malach actually gives parnasa or gives refuah. Where do you think he gets it from? You think he gets it from Hashem. So there's no reason to pray to this malach. Now, what he's saying here is quite remarkable. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created in the world malachim for a purpose. Malachim have shlichus. There's something that they're supposed to do in this world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created it in such a way that he sends shlichim to do things. For example, in Parshas Vayera, it says that Hashem sent 3 malachim to Avraham Avinu. Those are the 3 people who showed up by Avraham Avinu's door a few days after his bris milah, and he invited them in. And Rashi there explains why there were 3 malachim. Each one had a different shlichus. And Rashi describes that Hashem doesn't spend. He sends 3 malachim because every malach has a different shlichus to do. What you see is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu put into the world that he does things through intermediaries. He sends shlichim to do the things, right? Obviously, HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'kvodo u'ba'atzmo took us out of Mitzrayim, like we say on Leil Seder. Lo al yedei malach, v'lo al yedei shliach, Elohu ba'atzmo. But in many, many situations, as we saw there, HaKadosh Baruch Hu healed Avraham Avinu through the malach Rafal, right? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent, I believe it was the malach Gavriel to destroy Sodom. He didn't need the malach to do it, but that's the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu does things. He created shlichim. He gives channels through which he sends shefa into this world. But we have to understand that there's no point to praying towards these malachim. There's no point. Because all they are is shlichim. They're just a messenger, just a mailman. That's all they are. So, you could say thank you to the mailman if he's a shliach ne'eman, he did his shlichus, but he's not the one who sent the package. The package was sent from the source. It just went through the pipeline. And the truth of the matter is that this is a big place where Avodah Zarah stems from. Avodah Zarah means that we're serving something strange. What does it mean serving something strange? Many times a nochri, a goy, is referred to in Chazal as an akum. What's an akum? Akum is a Rosh Tevas. It's a notricon, a mnemonic for avodas kochavim umazolos. What does that mean, avodas kochavim umazolos? What it means is that they serve the stars and the constellations. What does that mean? Why would anybody serve the stars? What is that? Right? We know that throughout history, Avodah Zarah weren't. Sometimes they were just weird, but they served the sun, and they served the moon, they served the stars. Why? Because through the stars and the sun and the moon, those are the shlichim. Those are the shlichim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They're here to do the work of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends them. So what happens is that people